Hello, friends. Let's take a break from muskets and marching boots to talk about something a little quieter, but far more powerful. Rights. Yes, those magical words scribbled onto parchment that tell governments where to stop and people where to stand tall. After all, what good is winning a revolution if the new boss forgets why the old one was shown the door? It's 1789. The Constitution is hot off the press, and some Americans are cheering. But others? Not so fast. They're pacing the floors of their candlelit homes asking, where are the guarantees? What's to stop this new government from becoming a tyrant in a powdered wig? Enter James Madison again. The man must have had a season pass to the founding of everything. Though originally skeptical about a Bill of Rights, he thought the Constitution already protected liberties, he soon realized something essential. People sleep better when their freedoms are spelled out, preferably in bold ink and capital letters. So Madison got to work, drafting over a dozen amendments and sending them off to Congress like freedom-flavored party invitations. After rounds of debate, trimming, and one particularly passionate speech about quartering troops in your living room, spoiler, Americans really didn't like that. 10 amendments were ratified in 1791. Let's break a few down. First Amendment. Speech, press, religion, assembly, and petition. Basically, it's the Swiss Army knife of freedom. You can thank it for memes, protests, and not having a national church that forces you to wear matching robes. Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Still the subject of passionate debate, and at the time, a big reassurance to those who didn't want to be bossed around by distant rulers or distant armies. Third Amendment, no soldiers crashing on your couch. The founders were not fans of surprise roommates with bayonets. Fourth through eighth, protections against unreasonable searches, unfair trials, and cruel punishments. Translation, no more guilty until proven British. Just because a right's not listed doesn't mean you don't have it. And hey, states get a say too. Together, these 10 amendments became the Bill of Rights, a shield for the people, a leash on government, and a poetic footnote that whispered, this nation was built not just on rebellion, but on the promise of liberty. And fun fact, this little bundle of freedom inspired more than just Americans. Across the Atlantic, revolutionaries in France looked at the US Constitution and Bill of Rights and thought, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Soon after, heads were rolling, flags were waving, and liberty, equality, and fraternity echoed in the streets of Paris. Meanwhile, enslaved people in Haiti would take that same spark and ignite a fire for independence that would shake empires. The American Revolution hadn't just planted a flag, it had planted ideas. And ideas, dear friends, are the most unruly rebels of all. So now that we've tucked the Bill of Rights safely into our metaphorical pocket, ready to be pulled out whenever someone in power gets a little too ambitious, it's time to see just how far those ripples of revolution really traveled. Coming up next, Revolution Echoed, Impact on France, Haiti, and beyond. Because when you shout freedom into the wind, you never know how far the echo will travel.